Hi everybody, it's Miss Megan here. Thank you for joining me for another online session of Tiny Tots. This is our second of the season, so make sure that if you'd like a to-go packet, like we have right here, that will have our coloring page and a craft. You can still register, there's space, and you can come in anytime from 10 to 5 during the week and pick it up at the children's room back door. So that way you can participate in our activity. And also keep in mind we have other stuff for other ages, so check out our website or Facebook and you can start all the fun that way too. This week is chickens. I saw the craft and I thought it was super cute, so then I went and found the books after. So I picked out 2 chicken related stories that I thought were quite cute and I'd like to share them with you now. The first one is just simply called Egg by Kevin Henkes. And it is published by Greenwillow Books. Egg, 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 egg. Crack, crack, crack. Egg. So that green one didn't crack. Surprise! 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 Egg. So the pink, yellow, and blue one hatched, but the green one hasn't done anything. Goodbye. 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 Egg. So the pink, yellow, and blue have all said goodbye, but the green egg is still a green egg. Waiting. Waiting, 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 waiting. Waiting, 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 waiting. Waiting, 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 waiting. Waiting, 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 waiting. That's a lot of waiting. But it still hasn't hatched. So the other birds have come back and they're taking a look. Now they're listening. Do you see them listening? Peck, peck, peck. So maybe they're trying to help by pecking at the egg. Peck, peck, peck. Peck, peck, peck. Peck, peck, peck. Peck, peck, peck. I wonder if that helped. Nope. So they're going to do it some more. Peck, peck, peck. Peck, 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 peck. Peck, 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 peck. That is a lot of pecks, huh? Peck, 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 peck. Peck. And then, finally, crack. Do you see the cracks in the green egg? It looks like it finally hatched. Surprise! Do you see what popped out of the egg? It's not a chicken, is it? It's not a bird, is it? It's a crocodile or alligator. And the birds flew away, and aw, he's sad now. Alone, sad, lonely, miserable. He misses his bird friends. Do you see who's flying in the sky? The birds are coming back. Do you think they'll be friends? It's the 3 birds, the blue, the yellow, and the pink. And they look like they're making friends with the crocodile. They land on him and use him like a seat. Maybe he's a taxi cab. And the last page says, friends! And it looks like they're going off on an adventure together. And they get to ride him like a boat. And then they see the sun, and that reminds them of another egg. And it says, the end, ... maybe. And they can pretend that that bird came from the egg. And that's the end of Kevin Henkes' Egg. So it had a nice surprise in it, didn't it? It wasn't a chicken egg or a bird egg. It was a crocodile or an alligator. I thought that was kind of a fun surprise. Now the second book has a chicken in it. It is called Chicken Storytime by Sandy Asher, illustrated by Mark Fearing, and it is published by Dial Books for Young Readers. And hopefully, I may be reading about chickens, but I don't want real chickens at my story time. Now you can see on this page, the chicken sees a picture that says Story Time at the Library. Tales to tales. Don't forget to read to your dog. Now can you see this big picture of the whole library? Do you see the chicken in the corner? What do you think he's going to do? Story time at the library. One librarian, one story. Children, and a chicken. Do you see the chicken coming in through the window? The children like the chicken. The chicken likes the children. Let's begin, says the librarian. Everyone loves story time. 1 week later, story time at the library. Do you see who's in the corner again? A few more chickens. One librarian, one story, more children, and, surprise, more chickens. Do you see all the chickens everywhere? There's some over here. There's some over on the shelves. That's a lot more chickens. They must really like the stories. The children like the chickens. The chickens like the children. Please be seated, said the librarian. Everyone loves story time. Do you see the picture over there? All of the chickens and the children at story time. 1 week later, story time at the library. Now, do you see this big picture of the library? There are so many chickens and so many children. One librarian, one story, many children, and many chickens. The children laugh, the chickens cluck, 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 cluck. Settle down now, says the librarian, but no one can hear her. They're saying cluck, 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 cluck. Even the kids and the chickens are clucking. Let's begin, she says. But do you see what everybody else is saying? Cluck, 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 cluck. They're not paying any attention. Please be seated, she says. Anybody listening? They're saying cluck, 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 cluck. Settle down now, she says. She means business. She has a megaphone right now. Cluck, 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 cluck. They're not being very good listeners. Children and chickens everywhere, but only one librarian. What are we to do, she says. Cluck, 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 cluck. And then she gets an idea. Story time at the library. Lots of children, flocks of chickens. Do you see what she's doing on this page? She has them all lined up. Child, chicken, and giving them each a book. Shelves and shelves of story. The children like the chickens, and the chickens like the children. And everyone loves story time. So do you see what her clever idea was? To break up all the kids and the chickens, they all have their own little personal story time. Everyone loves story time, especially the librarian. You see her over there in the chair? She's having her own personal story time. It's pretty clever of her. And that's the end of chicken story time. It's pretty silly. I wouldn't want any chickens at the library. I wouldn't know what to do. And that's the end of chicken story time. Now we get to do the craft that would be in your packet if you've registered, and you can come in and pick up. Now, I thought it was really cute because it has a coloring page that we all love, right here. So you'll need a piece of colored paper. You can do any colored paper you'd like. This will be your base. And then I used this is your instruction sheet, by the way. I used a dark orange for the body of the chicken. So all you need is your glue stick, which you'll need from home. You glue down the back, just like that. And then we have another orange little triangle to make the tail. So you just put that at the back, and that's your chicken's tail. And then I have this little red, I guess you could call it the comb or whatever for decoration. And that'll go right at the top of the head. And then we've got to add the beak, which is a yellow triangle, just simple paper, or you could use white paper if you don't have yellow and color it. And then we do have a black dot for the eye, but you could again use just black piece of paper or just color it in. And then this is what the super fun part was. I made a wing and folded them just a little bit so you could have an area just for the glue, because your wing is going to flap up. So you want to put them right at the bottom of the chicken's belly, because there's going to be a surprise under the wing. Now I use yellow dot stickers, and I drew little sleeping chicks on them. Again, you could just use little pieces of paper, and you can stick them right there at the belly of your chicken so they can be hidden by the wing. Put the glue, and then you can see your chicken. And then underneath is a surprise with 3 little chicks. And that is your chicken craft. There are instructions in the bag if you need them. Or you can always watch this video again. Next week we will be reading about autumn. So thank you for joining me. I hope to see you next time online.